Hey friends, welcome to Cross My Stitches. My name is Jackie and today is December 2023, and I want to welcome you to my channel. I'm going to do a little special edition of my new starts that I'm going to start on my birthday. So my birthday is this month. It is December 31st, and I have plans because it is a big 6-0 birthday for me to do 6 new starts on my birthday on the 31st, which is the Sunday, right? Yeah, I think it's Sunday. So I have plans of 6 new starts on Sunday. I had a new plan of a snow day start, which we had flurries a couple days ago, so I've already started that, and I'll share that with you. And also a New Year's Day start with my friend Kim in Florida. She is Kim T. Stitch Crazy on Instagram, and we're going to start this pattern together. So I just wanted to share with you my plans coming into the end of this year and the beginning of next year. I am sure I will be doing a whip parade probably around the first of the year, first in January, and also a finishing parade of the things that I finished. The things I finished in 2023. So I have a lot of finishes. I was really surprised to see how many finishes I have. And of course, I don't have that information in front of me because I'm not prepared. But at least I've got what I have planned in the next couple weeks in front of me, and I wanted to share that with you today. I also want to thank Peg again for coming on the video with me. I had a wonderful time with Peg. It's always a great time to see her. I see many of you posted thanking her for sharing her samplers and stuff. I'll make sure that I mention to her to go on to it and respond to you, as well as me that I need to respond to the comments that are in there. I'll certainly do that. I always do. And let's get started. So I had a snow day start. I wanted to start a project on the first snow we had here in Kentucky, and we just had little flurries on, I think it was Sunday night, or no, Sunday during the day, we had flurries. And just a little bit, but that was enough to call it, that's a snow day. So I wanted to get this started. And this was a kit that was given to me that I really wanted to do, and I'm so glad to get it started. It is Sunflower Snowman from Dimensions. This is an out-of-print kit, but I love that snowman with the hat and the sunflower and all the birds. So I did a little mini start because I was working on Sunday. So I worked on it when I got home, and I'm working on a 16 count Ada. The kit is 14 count, but because there's not a ton of stitches that were 5 strands, 6 let me try that again. There was not a lot of 5-strand or 6-strand stitching like you see in the Dimensions Gold. This is just a regular dimension, so I'm doing it on a 16 count, a little bit smaller, and 2 threads. There'll be 2 threads and 3 threads. And this is my start, and this is right around, and I'll show you again where I'm at. I started in the middle, and this is the brown around the sunflower. That's where I started. That's the middle of the pattern. So every time it snows, I will pull this out and I will stitch on it. I may pull it out when it's not snowing, but we'll see how many snow days we're going to get this year, because according to the almanac, the Farmer's Almanac, we were supposed to have a hard winter, but so far we're pretty much in the 50s and the 60s. Today I think we're at 52. Last night we might have been at 23, and we're up at 52 today. So we really haven't had really hard winter so far. But we did have some very cold, windy days. Like Sunday, I think it was, the high was in like 34. And it was the wind was so strong that it actually blew colder. It was colder than the actual temperature, and I guess that's what caused the flurries. I can't speak today. I just got home from work and I'm exhausted, and I just can't get words out. So I'm glad to have my snowman started. I'm really thrilled with that. Thank you to the stitcher that donated that to me or gave that to me. I greatly appreciate it. I have 6 birthday starts for the big 6-0 birthday, and let's go through them one by one. The first one was a gift to me, and it's the Sunshine Berry from Erica Michaels, and Jen Upton is the one who gave this to me as a gift, so I'm finally going to get this started. I have pulled my own fabric and my own floss, and I'm not even sure what count this is, but that's what it's going on. It is an even weave. It is an even weave. I'll make sure I have the count before I start it, but it's got a nice modeling to it. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but it's got a pretty modeling to it. And then I pulled my own color conversion for it. Lots of times now I don't even bother trying to buy the threads. I have so much floss. I just convert it to whatever I want to do. So this is the way it's going to look. So don't be afraid if you think you have to have all the called for colors. You certainly do not. You can pick colors that are close to it. Nobody will know the difference. So there it is. So that's going to be the first start. And I have several berries completed that I still need to fully finish. I have tons to fully finish, and I still have not. I really got to be in the mood for it. I don't know about anybody else, but if I'm not in the mood for it, it just won't come out right. So it's just sitting and waiting for me. So that's my first start. My second start will be Modern Folks Embroideries, the Fruit of Plenty. I've had this for a while now, and I really do love it. This is a really beautiful piece. And I picked colors that would match my living room. So I chose a red and I chose a tan. I have a throw rug in my living room that's red and tan. And I really wanted this to go in my living room. And I wanted to match that carpet, that throw rug. So I have a piece of, I think this is 32 count even weave that I'm going to stitch it on. Of course, it's huge. And it is I don't want to say it's a cream white. It's not a white, but it's an off-white. So it's a beautiful piece. And then I chose for it, sorry, I'm going to close this ink pen before I end up with ink all over everything. I originally chose, this is my palette. So it is 815 and 422. So it's like a brownie tan and a red. So those were my 2 colors, and then I decided to throw in 115, which is the variegated, which also matches this. So I have these 3, and they all go together, and I'm still not sure. I'm not sure how I'm going to choose what colors go where. So I'm a little nervous about this because I'm really not good at picking my own colors for a project. So, I mean, if I was doing blues, I could pick 2 blues and be okay with it. But I'm picking colors that are totally different. And I've seen so many people do different colors on the Fruits of Plenty that are absolutely gorgeous. If you have not seen them, go over to Instagram and do a hashtag MFE Modern Folk Embroidery. And you could also do hashtag Fruit of Plenty. And you'll see all the different people that converted it and stuff. But I'm always nervous about these kind of things when I'm just choosing totally different colors than what the design shows. But I'm going to give it a try. And this is the colors I chose on this off-white. And we'll see what happens. So this will be my second start. And hopefully I'll be able to get all 6 things started on my birthday. That's my plan, to be doing at least an hour on each one to get them started. The next one is, and I started this one before and I had to stop and restart it again because the fabric I was working on was too light. So I had to pick a darker fabric. And this is the Cricut Collection Spring. I'm sure you guys have seen that I have autumn. I love the way it is. It was done on a 32 count Claire by Stephanie. It was the perfect fabric for that design. This one is done in yellow, as you can see on the chart, but I'm doing mine in blue. And the first blue that I picked out, I think it was a little too light because I had done the birdhouse right here in the middle, which is the eye, and there wasn't enough definition. I actually had to outline it to get it to show, so I stopped that and I picked up another blue. This is also an even weave. Don't know the color, but I know it's 32 count, so it's a good size piece, and it's a deeper blue, so I think it's going to look really nice on there. And I'm hoping it's going to show up. So I'm going to start in that same spot. I'm going to do that birdhouse, the martin house. I think it's a martin house. Yeah, it's a martin house. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's right there. And I'm going to start that one first and make sure that the whites and the blues show on this fabric, but I'm almost sure they will. So that will be my third start. So that's actually a restart, but it's a start. Get all my floss back in here. These Cricut Collection ones, they have a lot of colors, and I pretty much stick with their colors that they chose because I really like the colors. The next one, this will be number 4. I'm doing a crosswing collection because I haven't started a new one lately, so I wanted to start this one, and I've had this one kitted up for a while. It is Crosswing Collection Prairie Song, and I'm going to be doing this design right here, which is the lark sparrow. And I have a piece of, I believe it's 36 count flax linen. So I'm going to do it on that. It's like a natural but a lighter shade of natural linen. And I have all the colors pulled out for that. So that is number 4. Number 5 is going to be a pattern that I have had kitted up since before I left Florida in 2019. I still haven't done, so I feel like I really need to get this done. And this one, I need to decide what fabric I'm doing it on because I have 2 fabrics sitting here and I'm not sure. I'm waffling back and forth. But this is Things Unseen by Lizzie Kate. And I have all the floss for this one and the buttons that you need for it. And it's a good size pattern, and it's a beautiful design. I love the quirkiness of the design with all the colors. And it calls for a week's dye work, so of course it's a mess right here right now, but this is them. I throw them in the bag. I have no organization. But these are all the colors and stuff for it. So I have all the floss for it. And then I had pulled this piece, which is a 32 count Lugana, and it is a Bestitch Me. Sorry about that, Brandon. A Bestitch Me coconut shell. So it's a darker fabric. And then it would be all these colors on it, which I think the colors would pop really good, but the darker ones, I'm not too sure. And then this one came the other day, and it is a Bestitch Me Macchiato, and it is a 16 count Aida. So it looks like that, and I'm thinking of putting it on that. I'm not good at holding this stuff up. I'm really not. So I'm hoping, because my lightest one that's close to it is this right here. So that's the one I worry about it blending in. Of course, I could always pick a different shade to do it. But this is a 16 count. And I have to do it on a 16 or a 32 count because it has buttons involved in it. And I want the buttons to look correctly, to fit on the design correctly. So I will have to make a decision between the two. And like if I show you the light one. Okay. This is the light on the dark fabric on the coconut. That's what it looks like. So I don't know. And you really can't see. That's probably more true to color right now, because when I pull it close, it changes quite a bit. So I'm just trying, I'm waffling back and forth, trying to decide which fabric I'm going to use. I'm leaning towards the 16 count. And you can see these are all the buttons and stuff that come with it. In fact, those buttons I bought from the Finishing Touch in Louisville, Kentucky before they closed. And while I was still, it was in 2019 when I was still on the road in the motorhome, and I contacted her and had her send me the buttons for that, and I still haven't done it. And the last one I'm starting for my birthday is another gift from another stitcher, and this is before this became reprinted. It is Plantation Sampler. So this was very hard to find, expensive before the reprint. And this is the original copy. And I have the conversion from, I want to say it's from Shepherd's Bush that gave the conversion for this. And I have that all kitted up, and I'm going to do it on, trying to think of what this fabric was. I think it's Summer Khaki. So it's very similar to the fabric it's already on. And I have all the flosses and stuff, all the specialty flosses from the conversion, which is a brighter, updated color conversion. And I believe that's from Shepherd's Bush. Colette, the Highway Stitcher, she was the one who stitched this before. And she was sweet enough to share with me the conversion so that I could get the colors that, because hers was coming out so beautiful and much brighter than what's on the pattern. So I was excited to get the conversion for that. So those are my 6 starts, trying to get at least an hour on each one of them on my birthday. So you see what I'll be doing on Sunday the 31st. And then I am starting with my friend Kim. Her and I have talked about this pattern many times. In fact, we made bags for each other for this pattern. This is the bag she made, which I absolutely adore. It's got this fabulous zipper pull and the owl on there. So I guess you can gather what the pattern is. It is an owl. And this is it here. It's been waiting all this time, and I told her we really need to get this started because it is just fantastic. So there it is. It is a Russian kit. I don't know what it says, but it's definitely an owl. I don't know. Can I get that out of there, or I got it sealed in there? That glare is too much. There we go. Look at that. And it's done on a black Aida, on a 16 count black Aida. I am still debating whether I will change it or not onto a different color, because I have seen a couple of floss tubers doing this on some blues and some grays, and I'm thinking maybe I'll change it. Although the black is just, it pops. It just really pops when you see it on the black. The picture does not do it justice. And it does have, it was a full kit, so it came with all the, I don't know if it's Aida or not, but all the fabric. And put that back in there. And it's got the black Aida, which you can see I kind of did a mini start on this, like, I don't know, the first part of last year. So I'm going to leave that, even though I'm still calling this a start, because I've waffled back and forth on this as well, because I grabbed a piece of black Swaggart Jubilee to do it on, which is, you know, it is a 32, no, it's a 28 count. And I was going to do that, but I'm thinking I probably will either stick with the black Aida, or I will pick another color, gray or something else, before the first, and make a final decision and get this started on the first. So that's all of my plans up until January 1st. I had talked before about doing a video for all my Christmas finishes and stuff. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I did not set up a Christmas tree this year. I did not pull out all my Christmas and my winter cross stitch this year. So I'm probably not going to do it. I have a ton of finishes that I need to get done, and I didn't get them done in time. So I'm kind of depressed that I didn't get all those done, but there's always next year. It's been a hard year for me this year, and I just didn't feel very Christmassy that I wanted to set up everything. Plus the fact that I have a new cat in the house, and she is wild. She's like a teenager right now. She's gonna, let's see, how old is she? She is 17 months right now, and she just acts like 18 she zips all over the house. She's grabbing things, pulling things. So I figured I better not put up a Christmas tree this year, or any of my ornaments, or I have a whole display of snowmen. I didn't put that up because I felt like she would pull things down. So I'm hoping by next year she'll be a little more calmed down, and I'll be able to put those kind of things up. But for the time being, no, I didn't want my Christmas tree to the ground, and I just didn't want all that to happen. So I chose not to put it up this year. And like I said, I wasn't really in the Christmassy mood. So I think that's all I have to share. I just wanted to share with you my new starts. So the next video that I shoot will be including my new starts. Again, I will do a whip parade. Hopefully I'll have some starts in all these. You can see where I was, how much I did on my birthday start. And I also will do a finishing parade. I'll get all my finishes together that I did for this year and show all those. Whether they're fully finished or not, I'll still share them. And then what plans I have for next year. I will tell you that I have, I'm trying to do some different kind of organization with my patterns. I have a filing cabinet here that has my patterns in it, but I find it very difficult to remember all the things that I have in order to start. These particular patterns, a lot of them were already pre-kitted for a long time and were sitting, and I just pulled them out of my pre-kits and said, these are the ones I'm going to start. But I get really have anxiety about all the patterns I have that I haven't started and what I actually have, because I forget. And so I started watching, I think it was Busy Lizzie Stitches, and I'll talk about this again in my next video. She started using an app, and it's an app, but it's a website as well, called Notion.co, which I thought was fabulous for keeping track of your stitching and stuff, much like if you're doing it on paper and stuff. I don't like to do it on paper. I'm not good at keeping track that way. I do better on digital things. I have Cross Stitch Plus, which I keep track of things in the journal part of that. But I like the Notion app because it transmits between my devices. So if I have that on each of my devices, anything I put into it, it automatically transfers to the next one and the next one. So no matter what device I'm on, I can keep track of what I'm doing. So I really like that. And I've been doing that for a couple of weeks. And then I just heard about Google, I think it's called Google Notes. I don't have my phone with me. Google Notes or Google, oh, I'm going to have to share it next time. Anyway, if you go on to Busy Bee Stitches, I'm going to link it below. I'll link these two below. About 2 years ago, she did a stash, what do I want to call it? She did a stash reorganization, and she talks about this program that she started using that is more visual. You take pictures of all your patterns, and it goes into this Google app, and you can actually track everything and see everything, which I thought was absolutely awesome. So I just started watching those. Started yesterday, so I'm going to go through all her little, because she does them in little different videos. So I'm just on the second one right now. But I will share it below if you're interested in just looking to see what I'm talking about. I'll do the Busy Lizzie and I'll do the Busy Bee, 2 different people, and where you can find those videos and check them out, because I just have a real struggle time with organizing my stuff. I just cannot keep it organized, and I lose track of everything that I have. And I'm really, like she is, Busy Bee, she is a visual person, and I'm a visual person. If I see it, it reminds me, oh, that's why I bought that. That's why I love this. I really wanted to get this done and try to get organized enough so that I can get the projects done that really excite me. I know I have a ton of ornaments and stuff that I want to do. And then other stitches, and I seem to be on this trail. No, that's not a good word. This train track, this one-way train track of big projects. So I have a lot of big projects going at one time, and I just added more. So I've got to start evening out myself to have so many large projects, so many medium projects, and so many small projects, and keep adding all these really large projects to my plate. Then I get nothing done. So I think I've rambled enough. So I hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa. Oh my God, it went right out of my head. For the Jewish people, it is Hanukkah. Sorry. So happy Hanukkah. And if you don't celebrate any holidays, I hope you have a wonderful December. And I may be back before the end of the year. I'm not sure at this point, but I just wanted to tell everybody that I appreciate each and every one of you, whether you're a new subscriber or you're a long-term subscriber. I love you all. Thank you so much for making these videos so fun for me. I love hearing about what you're working on, and the questions that you ask. I am so glad to share all my knowledge. I did say I was going to shoot a video for newbies on a lot of the tips that I shared through the years. I will get that done. It's not going to be in December, but maybe in January I'll be able to take the time to do that. And I think that is it. Bless you all, and I will see you next time. Bye.